What's going on, guys? It's Greg from East Coast Dies, and now with the Mirage 2 out, not including the Mirage 1, we officially have 5 heads for you guys to think about, and we're getting a lot of questions about, I'm this kind of player, I play this position, I'm this old, what head should I use? And today I'm going to break that down for you by head and what we're recommending each for. Remember, this isn't hard and fast, and I don't like to pigeonhole people by their position, so think more about your play style rather than your position when you're picking a head. This doesn't go just for our heads, this is for every head. So let's start out with the 2 Rebel heads. So we've got the Rebel defense, here is the Rebel offense. And what we released this for was to be kind of an all-around head. So this is great for two-way middies, as well as some attackmen. It's pretty stiff, pretty light, kind of striking that balance right in the middle. It's gonna be great for you guys that are a little bit older. So I would consider this like our all-around multi-purpose head. If you're playing midfield or attack, it's gonna work. Some LSMs have used it. There's a little crossover there. It's probably right on the edge of stiff enough, but if you're an LSM that likes a really pinched head, I think the Rebel offense could be a good option for you. And that moves us into the Rebel defense, which we designed pretty strictly for defense and long poles. It is super stiff, it's wider, but still has a little bit of a pinch. Great for ground balls and knocking down passes. So this is gonna be absolutely for your big, close defenders who want a really stiff head, who want a little bit of a wider face shape. And then moving into LSMs who do like that wider head. So there you've got a little crossover because some LSMs like a more pinched head. And I think a short stick D midi could also use this head because it is pinched down to the throat, so you can still get a good pocket. I wouldn't say transition midi or two-way midi, but if you're pretty much just a short stick D midi, I think you can use the Rebel defense. That's gonna take us to the DNA, which is a very similar face shape to the Rebel offense, which is why it's pretty much a multi-purpose head. We've had players at every single position in the PLL, except for goalie and face-off, use this head. And the big difference here versus the Rebel offense is that flex form plastic. So it is super stiff, really durable, and does not warp, does not change shape, but it is more dense and heavier. So that's something to think about when you're looking at the Rebel offense. So if you're an offensive player who doesn't mind a heavy head, this has a great face shape and it's not gonna warp and it's a really stiff. But where this comes in is those big two-way middies, also your defensemen and LSMs who like a more pinched head. The non-warping story really works well for defensemen who in heat and summer are gonna go through a lot of heads. So kind of all around, but more towards that aggressive up the field, close defenseman, LSM, and then two-way middies. Next up is our newest release, the Mirage 2, and this head was specifically designed for attackmen and offensive middies. So we made it very light, 5 ounces, but the big thing here is that really pinched, high, tight face shape with that high flare. That's gonna let you string a great higher pocket. That's gonna have give you more hold, more shot speed. We push that bottom rail up to help with that high pocket too. So with the Mirage 2, you're looking at attackmen, middies who like to shoot on the run and down the alleys and are mostly offensive minded. And finally, the Weapon X, designed with Greg for face-offs, but with this we had to focus on a lot of those guys who aren't so specialized. So face-off guys who still want to play the field, still take offensive and defensive reps. It's a little stiffer than maybe something like a Mark IIF, and that way it's able to play those field positions, but still soft enough to get in, wrap around the ball and win some face-offs. So it is not strictly a Fogo head. I would consider more of like a face-off stay-on head. So if you are a Fogo, I think it's a really good option for you. If you're a guy who faces off and stays on and plays the field, this is probably the best face-off head on the market for that specific type of player. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments. We'd be happy to help you with your specific situation or decision. You can always send us a DM on Instagram, contact us through our website. We have a live chat there. We can help you pick out which head, even if it's not ours, might be best for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.